When you open Allplan, the Welcome window will appear first. If you accidentally close this window, click on the question mark in the upper right corner, and from the drop-down menu select Welcome Screen. This window lists recent projects you have worked on and has 3 main buttons for creating a new project, opening or loading old projects, and making a copy of existing projects. Below these buttons are various useful links that provide access to the Allplan website, BIM+, online help, and the portal for updates and services. To start, select the option New to create a new project from scratch. In the new window, enter the name of your project. For example, let's name it Weekend House, and for the location, choose localhost so the project will be saved on your computer. There is also the BIM+ option, which allows you to save your project on the cloud, but we will discuss that at the end of the course. Select the desired country and leave the No Project Template option selected, because we want to start our project completely from scratch. Finally, with all default settings in place, click Finish. Congratulations, we have just created a new project. Now that we have created the project, let's start working in Allplan. To get familiar with Allplan's workflow, we need to distinguish several parts of its interface. First, at the top of the screen, you'll see the Allplan version displayed, along with the name of our project. In the upper left corner, there is an icon that represents roles. The list of roles you see here depends on the license you purchased. Since we have the largest license package, all roles are available to us. But don't worry, it's fine if you only have one role, because almost all the tools we'll be working with are also part of the architecture and engineering roles. These are the 2 main roles covered in this course, with other roles being presented in future courses. Next, we have an action bar where our tools are listed. The action bar has its own tabs such as Elements, Finish, Modeling, and more. Remember that Allplan is a very comprehensive software with many tools and commands, but we will mainly focus on the basics in this course. The tabs in the action bar depend on the role you have selected. So if you are not in the architecture role, like I am currently, you might see different tabs. In addition to the toolbar, we also have palettes. These contain additional tabs such as Properties, Wizards, Library, Layers, and more. These are some of the basic ones we will use. To see all the palettes, right-click on an empty field in the action bar somewhere in the gray area, and a list of all palettes will be displayed. To turn a palette on or off, just click on it. If you accidentally move the action bar or a palette, which happens often, just drag it back to its original position by holding down the left mouse button and dragging it back. Also, if the action bar somehow disappears, press the letter D to toggle it back on. This is a simple shortcut for switching the action bar on or off. The third part of the interface is the status line, or status bar. Here we have information such as country, drawing type, scale, unit, angle, and angle unit. By clicking on some fields, you'll see more options. The fields we will use the most in further work are scale, measurement unit, and drawing angle. Before we continue, I'll model one wall to better demonstrate the features we'll cover next. Run the tool. One click for start point, another click for end point. Press Escape a couple of times to exit the command. As the fourth part of our environment, the elements that occupy the largest part of the screen are the viewports. For now, there are 3 of them. First, Plan 1 represents the view from above. Second, Front View, a view from the front or from the south. Third, Perspective View, better described as the 3D view. Unlike the first 2, which are 2D views, the perspective view is in 3D. The basic way of navigating in viewports is likely something you already know from other programs. Scroll forward to zoom in and scroll backward to zoom out. Hold the wheel to drag. If you zoom too far or move too far from your object, you can use the Zoom All option by double-clicking the wheel. At the bottom of each viewport, there are more settings. There's a cube with viewing angles, and by clicking on the arrow, you can change the viewing direction. The Zoom All command can also be activated by pressing the F5 button as a shortcut, which does the same job. Next, there's Navigation Mode, which allows us to rotate in 3D. For now, we won't use this in the Plan 1 or Front Viewport. Click on the cube, select the view from above. In the 3D viewport, ensure Navigation Mode is turned on so we can rotate our model freely. One more useful setting is the type of view. You can choose different views such as wireframes, sketch, or real-time rendering. Real-time rendering uses more computer resources, so we will use it rarely. For now, let's stick with animation, as it is the most optimal solution. Remember, if any of the viewports disappear, or you accidentally close them, you can restore them to their default settings by using the shortcut Alt-2 on the keyboard.